Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode. Whoa! Of the Unprofessional Podcast.
Hello, guys.
What up?
What up? What up? What up?
So today, guys, we're going to dive in pretty quickly. But first, just a reminder that our Patreon exclusive of May is available on our Patreon. And we did a political compass test while getting drunk.
Yeah, it was super fun.
It was a fun time.
It was very, very long. It was a good. It was a long episode.
We slowly get more and more drunk.
Yep.
So it's a great time.
Yeah.
So if you want to know where we lie in the political compass, go watch that video or listen to the episode, which is on our Patreon for as little as $3 a month, guys. Check it out. Link is down below. Join our family.
Join our little family.
Anyways, we're going to do a little shout out.
Yeah, I was going to say on that note, we're going to give a little thanks here to some of our Patreons, starting with Lawrence,
thank you, Lawrence. And also Nabi,
Fatma,
Asia,
Aaliyah,
I think.
Yeah.
Matthew,
Zoo,
Judith,
and Layla.
or is it Lala?
Or Lala. Layla or Lala. So again,
we're going to butcher people's names
I know,
so badly. I do apologize. But thank you guys so much once again for all the support and love. If you guys want your name on the shoutouts, join our Patreon.
Exactly. Join up. Sign up, guys.
Oh, God damn, you going to be okay?
I think so.
Daniel's wearing a lovely shirt today. It has a bunch of birds on it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many species of birds. Where'd you get this, Daniel?
I don't remember where I got it.
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I actually haven't worn it for a very long time. Because
I don't remember you wearing that, but I also don't remember clothing very, very well.
To be honest, the reason I wasn't wearing it for a while is it was really, really tight on my midsection.
Oh.
And I tried it on today, and it seems to be fitting quite nicely. So
no
I was
wonder
like,
you be in a good mood today.
Dang. It's for those of you that don't know, so one of the things that me and Rose have been doing is we signed up for a half marathon.
Did we talk about this last time?
I can't remember if we did.
Okay.
Yeah, but we decided to sign up for a half marathon. Actually, it was one of my coworkers at work that encouraged me to sign up, and then I told Rose. So a bunch of us are signed up now. Obviously I'm scared shitless because I'm not a runner. So
you've become a runner, Daniel.
I know. So now I've practiced, and I'm going out almost every other day doing runs and stuff. So it's good. It's good to get outside and just, get some physical activity in, especially with gyms closed and stuff. I think it's really, really important. And also actually on some other news as well. What did we both get recently?
What did we get? Oh!
Rose looks so scared.
I was like, what do you mean? What did we get?
What did we get?
We got our vaccines, guys. Oh my, we got the first dose of the Pfizer.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
And it wasn't bad at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
did you expect it to be bad?
Well, I heard mixed things. I heard some people say their whole arm was dead the next day and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, they were really. It was hard to move it around. But to be honest,
I barely had any symptoms.
It was a little sore, obviously at the injection site. But other than that, it was fine and no symptoms, nothing.
Nothing so far.
Nothing's happened.
We're going to be immune.
God damn. Well, that's only the first shot, Rose. We still need to take another one.
Apparently the first shot is already about 70 to 90% effective after 2 weeks. What do you think about that, Daniel?
That's amazing. So if it's 90%, is it efficacy or something they call it?
I guess so, yeah.
Efficacy rate?
I think so. 70 to 90%. I don't really know what that exactly means.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's not 100%.
Yeah.
But,
it's definitely a lot. It's definitely better, and I think that's really going to have an impact on the rates and everything here.
Yes.
And actually, overall, I mean, obviously, our province was quite slow, I feel originally with the rollout of vaccines because of shipment delays and everything else. But I was actually really impressed, just from my own experience. First of all, how easy it was to book online. You had to wait 15 minutes. They'd have a queue and it would show you because everyone was trying to book or whatever. But super easy to book online. And then when you go to the vaccine center, it was again, pretty easy. Like it wasn't like,
right.
you know, you stand in line, you kind of like walk through the line, do the motions, do like a hand. I felt like I was going through like some, I don't know, some kind of crazy security because
you know, it was so long.
You have to take your mask off. They give you a new mask. There's like 4 different hand sanitizing stations. I was like, I think you're good on the first hand sanitizing station, but
no, you're not, because you could be putting your face, you know, you could be rubbing your eye.
That's true. So maybe that's why they have the, you know, enhanced security. And then
hand security is very important, Daniel.
Mm-hmm. Keeping them hands secure, Rose. Keeping them hands where I can see them. God damn. So that's been our week. It's been an interesting one.
So yay, I'm excited, but also nervous for, you know, having to be social again.
Really?
I don't know how to be social, Daniel.
Well, I feel like it's a skill that's just going to come back to many of us because I feel like, you know, we're just going to have to adapt. And I think like I've seen like videos of people in like New York and things like that where things are really starting to open up again. And it seems like people are just getting right back into it.
God damn.
You just got to be like that, Rose. You just got to throw yourself into the fire.
Start making out with the world.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It was you that sent me that TikTok, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And this guy was like running around like, well, I guess he was interviewing people about like what they're excited to do. And this girl's like, you know, I just want to go to a bar and be surrounded by random people and just like make out with somebody. He's like, you want to make out with a random person? She's like, yes.
Hey, I mean, you know, we haven't been able to do that for a year.
Well, exactly. I mean, we've been deprived of makeout sessions.
Exactly.
We've been deprived of even going on dates.
I mean.
Yeah.
Some of us.
Yeah, true.
Anyways.
Well, anyway,
this is awkward. Let's continue.
Yeah, that's a side discussion, guys. Well, the first story is kind of a non-story, but I wanted to ask you. It brings up a bigger topic that I wanted to talk about. We're going to
talk about celebrity gossip.
We are, yeah. So first of all, guys, disclaimer here around this gossip. Like, we don't know if this is true or not. But basically, there's been like a news story that's been going around. And I just want to ask you about the concept of it, Rose, and what you think of it. Because basically, the headline was, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck were pictured together hours after Alex Rodriguez posted about clearing out his life.
Okay, so to give a little context in case y'all don't follow celebrity gossip, this is all I know. I know Jennifer Lopez was engaged to this guy named Alex Rodriguez. Yeah. And I don't know how long they were together, but they were engaged to be married. Yeah. And then they called off the engagement. They broke up not that long ago.
No. And then did they say they were just better as friends or something?
I don't know what they said. Okay. I just know that they broke up. I remember hearing that news, and I remember thinking, oh, JLo.
Oh, JLo. Oh, JLo.
Oh, to be fair, I don't know anything about this Alex guy. But anyways, they broke up. And then now I guess JLo and Ben Affleck, who is her ex.
Who she was also engaged to.
Oh, were they engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess they were pictured together.
Yeah, so they're photographed together. This could mean many things, guys. We don't know for sure like, if they're actually dating. But I mean, it brings an interesting concept because like I want to know, what are your thoughts, Rory's, on, okay, let's say you've had a relationship with someone, you break up, getting back together with exes.
You want my overall thoughts?
Like, do you think it's do you think that it's a good idea to get back together with an ex, or a bad idea, or you know what I mean?
I mean, I guess it depends. I think every situation is different.
Yeah.
And maybe in certain circumstances, you are in a relationship with somebody, you think it's not working out.
Yeah.
And then you move on, and then you get into relationships with other people, and then you realize there may be fish in the sea, but they're all shit and rotting.
They're all decomposing.
So, yeah, exactly. So maybe you're like, actually, what I had with this person in JLo's case, maybe it's Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
What she had with Ben Affleck, maybe she thinks, maybe that was better. You know, she's gone through like so many of these guys, and she's probably like tired of like going through all these like, you know, shitty men potentially. And then she's like, okay, Ben was a nice guy. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
could be.
I think it's fine. You know, I do think, you know, obviously tread carefully because, you know, if you broke up with somebody, there might be a good reason that you broke up with somebody.
That's the way I always looked at it. Like, I mean, again, I agree. I think it's very situational. But the way that I used to look at relationships, not that I've really have that much experience, but the way that I've looked at them, I was like, okay, well, if I've split up with somebody or like I'm no longer with them, there was probably a reason why we ended the relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. Maybe you've grown as a person or you've dated other people and you've actually come to realize that whatever that reason was, maybe you can live with that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's something that was at the time it seemed huge, but then now you're like, actually, it's not such a big deal. I can make it work. Because I used to think there's a reason you broke up. You shouldn't get back together with your exes.
Oh, really? You were very adamant on that.
I was very adamant, but this is the young, naive Daniel. Okay.
You've grown and matured.
I've grown. I've matured.
Okay.
You know, I'm turning another year older very soon.
Uh-huh.
Lots of years of wisdom now.
I mean.
But I think honestly, like, I think that's, you could grow and realize, like you said, that actually that person did have, I think.
And also timing is very important. So maybe you were with somebody and you were just not in the, same place. Yeah. You're not in the same headspace. You were just in a different, phase in your lives. Maybe, they were much younger when they got together the last time.
This is the thing. I think age is another big one.
Exactly.
Like, imagine if we had dated someone when we were in our early 20s, like 2021, like, we might have broken up for whatever reason. And then now if we met them again in life, like they'll be a different, like look how different we are from our 20s, right? So,
because like when did they date? Like, it was a long time ago.
It was like 2001 or something. It was like,
long time ago.
I think it was like a very long time ago. Actually,
wow. It was that long ago.
I don't know if it was that. It was right around the time they made that movie. Oh, what was it called?
That really like bad movie.
Yes. Which
like everybody made fun of.
Gigi? Okay, so 2003 is when their film came out.
Gigi. Okay.
Gigi. And
so that's when they started dating.
I think it was a little bit before that. And the film came out
interesting.
Off the back of that. But again, this is all speculation, guys. Like, we don't know.
So they were photographed together, essentially.
Yeah.
Right after she broke up with the with the man.
Yeah.
God damn.
And it does make it interesting. Like, I mean, maybe I didn't know that they were friends. Like,
maybe they were friends. Who knows?
Yeah.
Like, who knows? Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what that's like to have your relationship so heavily speculated on, and your entire relationship history known by the entire world.
That's true. Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
All of your breakups, everything.
Like, that would suck.
They're like, oh, have you seen who Cheap Lazy Vegan is dating now? It'll be in like the vegan news. She's on to another guy now. What's going on? And then especially
this is the worst.
I know, especially when the public gets so heavily invested.
Yes.
Like, I always think back to the Britney and Justin era.
Oh God.
When everyone was like loved Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. They were like the epitome of like this pop star success couple, both really high in their careers. And then obviously when they split up, people were like emotionally traumatized.
I know.
People were so invested in this relationship.
But you know what other relationship people were so invested in?
Which one?
Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. That was the epitome.
That was huge.
That was the epitome. People are still obsessed with this relationship. People are like, oh my God, they talk to each other in this clip. It's like, okay, it's been like 40 years. Can we calm down?
Like, you need to relax. Angela Jolie's a homewrecker. She destroyed this marriage.
Oh my God. People,
like, and then there was like team Jennifer Aniston, team Angelina Jolie.
Did you pick a team?
I didn't know.
Okay. I was like, team Jennifer Aniston.
Of course you were. You love her.
But that's so unfair of me, It's so unfair of everyone, we just speculate.
Yeah, but we were so heavily like, everyone gets so, and you're right. Like, imagine if your relationships were like that.
Seriously, it would suck.
It would be horrible.
Mm-hmm. And then people judging you.
People like, oh, she's broken up again. That's her sixth guy this year. She doesn't know how to hold on to a man.
I was even judgmental to Jennifer Lopez. I do apologize. I was like, oh, another one.
God damn.
See? Rose. It's bad. I shouldn't do that. That's mean.
It is.
And plus, it is mean. I shouldn't. That's mean. I shouldn't have done that. And she's, I mean, not that she cares. She's like a multimillionaire. But anyways, but she, and she's also like older. So obviously she's been through relationships. Like, it's very normal.
Like, she's in her 50s.
God damn, she looks good. This woman, man.
She's been touched by an angel,
How old is Ben Affleck? Are they around the same age?
I think so. I think he's in his 40s.
And Ben Affleck wasn't he also married to like Jennifer Gardner?
Yeah,
or something?
He was. Yeah, I
thought they broke up. And then who married Jennifer Gardner?
I don't know.
God damn, I can't
keep up with this
Was it Justin
drama.
Timberlake? Who's Justin Timberlake married to?
No, he's with oh God, what's her name? Jessica Biel.
Oh, okay.
God
damn. Okay.
God damn.
I think you're right.
Crazy all hell and tarnation.
Anyways, God damn. So, it'd be like a high school to Hollywood couples.
Oh, God damn. That's what would be interesting. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts? Like, leave them in the comment section below.
Do you care at all?
So
wait, what did Alex Rodriguez say? He said he's going to clear out his life?
Yeah, he's moving on. And I guess, what did he say here?
This guy looks very funny.
I know.
It's like he's had a little too much Botox.
I know. His forehead isn't moving.
Like I remember he was on Shark Tank for like an episode.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and I was like, he seems a bit strange.
So we've realized we're better as friends and look forward to remaining so. The couple who announced their engagement in 2019 said in a joint statement to Today, "We will continue to work together and support each other in our shared businesses and projects. We wish the best for each other and one another's children." Because I think they both have children from separate relationships.
That's also like kind of sad when you have like a situation where the two of you both have kids and then I'm sure the kids like become attached.
Well, they would become invested.
Exactly.
Because like that person now, so they were
supposed to be like, you know, he was supposed to be their father and she was supposed to be the mother.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, nope, we're broken up.
And they've already gone through divorces before with both their parents.
Right.
And then their parents are engaged, engaged again and going through another divorce.
Right. That's tough.
Well, not a divorce, but like I guess they never.
Another breakup.
Yeah. Another like pretty substantial breakup. So
I'm telling you, monogamy is a failing institution.
Oh, goddamn, Rose. Oh, God.
I'm just saying.
Goddamn. So next up on our
celebrity gossip list, we gonna become a celebrity gossip podcast.
Well, apparently all the stories, I was like looking through some stories today and I was like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of it was on Israel and Palestine as well.
Yes.
So which guys, if you haven't caught the last episode, the previous episode, Rose and I go into, well, Rose mostly goes into like a lot of detail around our thoughts and stuff around the conflict that's going on there. So if you haven't seen it already, go check it out after this episode.
I hope I did it justice and I hope I explained it properly and I hope I got the facts right.
Well, I think you did a fantastic job, Rose.
Thank you.
But I might be a little biased. And anyway, we left links for everyone so that everyone can do their own research. And we always say like we're very much advocates on this podcast of everyone to form their own opinions and do their own research. And guess what? You might not agree with us, you might disagree or agree, but it's always good to like construct your own opinion and use whatever information you can that's out there. So have you heard about this?
I have heard about this. Ellen DeGeneres announces end of her daytime talk show. This has been a big news story.
I know. So you know why it's a big news story?
Because she was under fire recently.
So she's become under fire for like so many different things, which we did touch on in the podcast as well.
A while ago, right?
Yeah, there's a few things. So the first one is there's a lot of guests that had come forward to say not necessarily that she was like so horrible to them, but she just was like very cold, not very like approachable.
Right.
I think Nikki Tutorials was one of the like famous ones that she went on a different talk show and she wasn't like blatantly like, oh, Ellen's a bitch. She was just like, oh, it wasn't what I expected. Like I expected her to come and say hi to me and you know, introduce herself and everything else, but like none of that happened. So there was that backlash. And then there was the backlash around, I guess, a bunch of employees, like previous employees that worked for that production company. They said that the work environment was toxic and whatever else. And like, I mean, in some ways I'm like, I get that Ellen's the figurehead, but she might not know what's going on in ground level. So I think that's kind of not fair for people to assume that she was like the culprit of this horrible work culture.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, the reason this story is kind of blown up is everyone's like, oh, Ellen's been canceled. She's like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that what people think happened?
Yeah, people are like really adamant. They're like, oh yeah, she's been canceled, blah, 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 blah. But basically she said that like, what did she say here? She had said that she had wanted to end the show for a while. Like, hang on, where does it say here?
I mean, to be fair, she probably did want to end it at this time because of all the backlash too.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. But like, it says here, like, she was planning on ending the show after season 16. And her wife, I guess, had been urging her to move on as well, like to start different projects and everything. And executives behind the show were pushing for 4 additional years. And ultimately they settled on 3. So season 19 would be her last, which I guess is the season they're on now.
Right.
To be honest, like I get this, like probably for diehard Ellen fans, I can see them being like so upset. But like, I don't know about you, I never got into the show. I was
never that into the Ellen show. I would watch sometimes clips that came onto like YouTube.
Yeah.
That's probably the extent of which, like, I don't think I've ever like sat down and watched an entire show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, she was fine. Like I never had anything against her.
I always found her, to be honest, like just a bit awkward. Like I just, the humor and stuff with the guests and everything. And I don't know if it was just me, like maybe I have a different sense of humor. Yeah. But that's part of the reason why I never got into the show. Like, again, no shade towards Ellen or anything. Yeah. I just never got into it. So I'm not that surprised.
And her humor was, it was okay. It wasn't like amazing.
It wasn't like something where I'm like going to be like keeled over laughing. It was just kind of like.
But I guess that's a talk show. It's not supposed to be a
true
stand-up comedy show. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. But also, like, I feel like people just, like, as soon as something happens, people just love to hate, you know? They love to love until one thing happens, and then they love to hate. And I get it. Maybe a lot of it is, like, it's not completely unwarranted, you know, because obviously, you know, she appears to have this, like, persona of this, like, really nice person.
Exactly.
And then if it turns out that that's not the case, obviously people are not going to be happy.
Well, and also when you have this kind of persona built up, like something like this, like just imagine like you or me, let's say we have this talk show and we're shown to be a certain way, you know, like you're probably not like that 24/7. Do you know what I mean? So like, you know, someone could jump on the fact and be like, oh my God, Rose happened to be a little bit short with a cashier when she was getting her coffee.
Yeah.
She's a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like people jump on that. And this, I can't remember who tweeted this.
Who tweeted it?
I can't.
What was the tweet?
It was just talking about
Ellen?
No, it wasn't about Ellen. It was about this whole cancel culture.
Oh, sure.
And this idea of being like super PC and everything else. And they were saying like, and I don't know how much truth will be to this. Like, and again, this is kind of separate from this story, but they're saying that it's impacting like the creativity that like TV shows and stuff are allowed to have, because now a lot of shows and things are starting to get more nervous about like certain content that they put out.
Right.
Because everyone is like so hypersensitive now.
Right.
And like jumps onto this like, what is it, the cancel train or something?
Yeah. The PC train, cancel train, whatever it is. Yeah.
Like, and you even think like, we were actually just talking about this the other day. A good example of this is Friends, right? Like,
right.
You know, watching previous episodes of Friends and you're like, oh, that wouldn't slide today.
I'm surprised that nobody canceled Friends yet.
Yeah.
You know?
But I think it's because it's like, well, I don't know, maybe because it's just like a diehard institution.
Yeah, it's just so popular and likable. So people can, you know, get past the, you know, how do I say, some of the not so PC jokes at this moment. Yeah. Or maybe it's because it's an old show, so people can realize and accept
and
that.
They'll be like, oh, it was old. You know what I mean? Like
it was acceptable at that time.
Yeah. But it just begs the question, because like obviously, well, you are like a hardcore Friends fan.
Yes.
Like diehard, like
love it.
Rosie, if there's ever a Friends quiz that's going on in Calgary, let's go.
Yes, and you'll just drink, and I will win the quiz.
Exactly. Although you couldn't remember the name of Ross's child the other day.
Oh my God, I like had a moment, and I started freaking out, and I was like, oh my God, I'm losing my memory.
You're like, what was his name?
Yeah.
What was his name?
I freaked out, and I couldn't remember it, and I now know it is Ben.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it does beg to questions, like really great shows that we saw, like Friends, for example. It makes you think, well, if the political climate and everything that we're going through right now, maybe it's stopping some other amazing shows from getting started because of this whole like super hypersensitivity. It's even like, you know, there's been backlash and stuff on comedians and things.
Yeah,
you know,
a
lot. And it's like, I don't know. I'm really torn with some of this stuff. Like, because as a I'm not a comedian. I was gonna say as a comedian. You know, I do stand-ups.
Really,
amateur night on Wednesdays.
Okay.
At Yuck Yucks.
I'm gonna have to try. I'm gonna have to go and see. I can't believe you've never told me, Daniel.
You're gonna come heckle me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You just wait. I'll throw some shade. No, but you know, if you're going to a comedian's show, like they're like, it's all in jest. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It's like,
it's meant to be comedy.
Exactly. It's meant to be
fun. And a lot
of
comedy is kind of supposed to be offensive.
Exactly. Like it's kind of like those little things, like, you know, those little things.
What little things, Daniel?
I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I was like, where am I going with this? Those little things. But you know, just me rambling again.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, people are very definitely oversensitive nowadays. There's like a huge just reach. Everything is a reach. You do one thing and people just interpret it in a completely different way. Yeah. But anyway, that has nothing to do with Ellen. I mean, again, we don't know that much about Ellen, and I'm sure maybe she did have a toxic workplace. I have no idea. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that she's canceled because she's a bad person and blah 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 blah. And I mean,
I think that there was probably some pressure. Like I think,
for sure.
But I think, you know, think about it. Like this show has been on for like 19 years.
Are people even watching these shows?
They must be.
Like on television?
Yeah. Some people still.
Who watches television?
Rose, some people still have cable TV. Okay.
Oh, God damn. You?
No. I haven't had cable TV. Well, when I was living with my parents, but like I've moved out. Obviously, this is my little apartment that we're in, guys. But I just don't see, like for me, I don't see the point of getting cable.
Yeah, I literally don't watch TV.
Especially with all the like, and especially with like all the other streaming services that you can get.
Yeah, now it's just you just have to buy multiple streaming services.
Exactly, but and it's still cheaper than cable though. Cable's hella expensive.
It's so expensive.
Like this is another reason. I remember like if you have like a regular package of cable, it's like 126 Canadian.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Like so stupid.
I know.
And then on top of that, you're gonna get commercials.
Yeah.
So I'm actually like, well, I'd rather pay like my whatever, like $10 for Netflix, and then you don't get any commercials, and you can pick whatever you want to watch.
Exactly.
And you don't have to wait for the next episode. You just get it on there. And then you have that. I don't know how often you've had this, Rose, because I don't imagine you doing this, but it's happened to me a few times. Not that often, but do you get that little thing where it's like,
do you want to keep watching?
Are you still there? Basically, are you still there?
I've definitely gotten it before. I'm trying to think of like in what circumstance I used to get it. So usually what I do, like maybe this is really weird, but I like to like play a show on Netflix when I fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I sometimes like, I just kind of like let it play until like maybe it stops. I don't know. I just end up falling asleep. I don't know how long. You find
that soothing?
Yeah, I find it very soothing.
Damn,
is that weird?
Distracted as hell. Yeah.
Really? I just kind of like leave it, and I barely like. I probably never know what's going on.
Yeah. So you just like to be surrounded by noise.
I guess so. But it's like, you know, it's a distraction from my own thoughts.
Oh God.
You know, I mean, well, I used to do it with Friends until they fucking took it off of Netflix because I've seen like every single episode like 5 times. So like I know what's gonna happen. So to me, it's like I'm not paying that much attention.
You don't need
but
to
it's
pay
kind
attention.
of nice like background noise.
Yeah.
Now I do it with like How I Met Your Mother and sometimes Full House.
See, I just can't do that because I would just get like
you would pay attention.
Yeah, like I'm actually a really good sleeper in a sense that like I can fall asleep right away, pretty much. Like when I go to bed. And if there was people like in my house, like in my room, like here or whatever, watching TV, I could fall asleep in my bedroom, but I couldn't have it if like the noise is like in my room, like while I'm trying to fall asleep. Once I'm asleep though, you could have a party in my room. I probably would stay asleep.
You're a very sound sleeper.
I know, it's a nice thing to have, you guys.
God damn, Daniel. Especially you be a snorer.
Let's not talk about that. Okay, that no one on the podcast needs to know about that.
Everyone needs to know, guys. Daniel snores like a what's the term?
Like the sound of a
fire
sweet
truck.
lullaby.
Not a fire truck.
A sweet lullaby.
No.
Anyway.
Sometimes I wonder how can that sound come out of a human being?
Is it that bad?
It sounds like it coming from National Geographic.
Well, you know, one time, guys. Oh God, I do have to tell story time.
Oh God,
I do have to tell.
Am I involved?
No.
Okay.
No, it's myself. It's an embarrassing story. Well, you know, like I was like really congested and really sick while I was traveling.
And you already snore a lot to begin with.
Yeah, but it was like. This was like really bad. So I was like super congested, so I couldn't breathe properly and everything. And me and my friend had booked this hostel in, I think it was in Sydney. And it was like this huge dorm. Like I swear to God, there was like 20 bunk beds in this room. It was just huge, like so many people. And my friend and me were like kind of separate. Like she was on a bed like really far away, and I was on another bed, like kind of, well, in her general area. We could kind of like see each other or whatever. Anyway, I went to sleep. And then apparently my friend was like, oh my God, Daniel, I woke up to what I thought was the sound of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then she said, I looked over and apparently the guy sleeping above my bed like woke up violently and was like, what the?
Oh my God, I'm dying.
I know.
And you still didn't wake up.
No. So
you slept through it. Nobody woke you up.
Nope.
I'm actually amazed. Wow, everyone's so nice. They didn't wake you up?
Well, yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I mean, that's true. I've had like people in like a hostel room snoring really, really badly. And I mean, I never woke them up either.
It's all kinds of noises going on in hostels,
yeah,
you
but
know?
Oh my God. What the fuck?
Yeah, I was really sick though. So it was like really like congested and stuff. Like it was bad.
I know, but it's already bad, guys. Trust.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw.
My friend's like, I thought there was someone in there with a fucking chainsaw or something. I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
Oh God.
And then you never step foot in that hostel ever again.
No.
You had to sleep there multiple times.
No. We only stayed one night.
That was
there.
the last night, thank God.
Yeah. And then
I don't think they would have let you stay another night. There would have been complaints.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, this is why I don't stay in hostels anymore. You know, I just can't.
How many hostels have you stayed at after that, Daniel?
I've stayed in many.
Exactly.
But I feel, well, actually, no, I'd still stay in a hostel, but I'd probably get like a private room, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But you stayed in multiple hostels after that experience.
Yeah.
So.
No, but I mean like now because I'm older, I don't know if I'd want to stay in
so it has nothing to
beds.
do with the fact that you're snoring and you're an inconvenience to other people. It's just the fact that you're old and you just want your own space.
Well, because you can't help that, Rose. Like really, there's nothing you can do. So
Yeah, but you worded it like you didn't want to stay in hostels because you didn't want to inconvenience other people. But really, it's just you being inconvenienced by a hostel.
Goddamn, Rose.
Am I correct or am I correct?
You're incorrect, and I wish to not talk about this topic anymore. Okay, so.
Oh, I heard about these.
Yeah, damn it. I thought you would like this because because we talked about how, like if anyone like with the Israel Palestine conflict, anytime someone's like pro Palestine, everyone's like, or not everyone, but people will jump on it being like, you're anti-Semitic, you're all of this stuff. And
which is so fucking stupid. And they've been having the same dumbass argument for the last like 10 years.
But this is outrageous what happened.
Okay, tell me.
So basically,
oh yeah, I heard. Okay,
this is bad. So Dua Lipa, who's the singer, she has some great songs. Actually, I like them.
Which song? What's her most famous song?
Well, she has a bunch, but like that one where it's like, I'm not gonna sing it.
Do it, Daniel.
Get me to sing
Do
on
it,
here.
Daniel. I need to know.
It's called what is it called? I can't remember.
Daniel, no, do it.
Anyway, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Damn it, Daniel.
So anyway, Dua Lipa, Gigi and Bella Hadid, which are like famous models.
Yes. Dua Lipa is the singer.
Yeah.
And Gigi and Bella Hadid are sisters that are both models.
Exactly. So basically, Dua Lipa is slamming back at this ad that criticized her and the Hadid sisters for sharing Palestine. Why can't I speak today? Palestine stances. I guess what had happened is there was a full page ad that ran in the New York Times, which condemned the singer as well as the model sisters for sharing their stance. The ad was purchased by Rabbi, I'm going to butcher this name, Shmuley Botique, head of the World Values Network. It featured a large image of the three women, and it just basically said, Bella, Gigi, the title of this like article, here it is here. It was like,
this is so ridiculous.
Bella, Gigi, and Dua, Hamas calls for a second Holocaust.
What?
Yeah, the ad read in massive letters, condemn them now.
A second Holocaust? Are you joking?
I know, it's so stupid. And then in smaller text below the photo, a letter said, the three mega influencers have vilified the Jewish state in a matter that is deeply troubling. It also said that Hadid and Lipa had accused Israel of ethnic cleansing and claimed that any criticism of Zionism is anti-Semitic.
Oh my God, it's so ridiculous.
And then there's like a little claim at the bottom half of the ad that said that this was like paid. I guess the New York Times has to do this. Like if there's an ad, they have to like the ad people.
Right. So it's a paid ad essentially.
Exactly.
How's this even an ad? Can you even run this as an ad?
I didn't know, but like it's kind of crazy. So there was a bunch of backlash.
Of course, as there should be.
Exactly. And one of the backlash, well, obviously, so Dua Lipa has spoken out, and she's like, I love what she actually said here, actually at the bottom. I love this. Okay, so she takes it. So this is like directly quoted from her. She's like, I take this stance because I believe that everyone, Jews, Muslims, Christians, have the right to live in peace as equal citizens of a state they choose. She continued, the World Values Network, which is the one that did that ad, are shamelessly using my name to advance their ugly campaign with falsehoods and blatant misrepresentations of who I am and what I stand for. I stand in solidarity for all oppressed people and reject all forms of racism. So I was like,
fair.
I thought that was like so nice.
Very good.
And then this is where I'm like, why did this happen with the New York Times? Do you know what I mean? So some people have come up and said, like, how have the New York Times allowed this ad to be run in the first place? You know what I mean? Like, how did it get approved? Asked one of these this journalist. It clearly does not meet their own ad acceptability principles, which includes keeping out ads that advance baseless claims and or conspiracies.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost slander, no?
Yeah.
Like,
100%
isn't this
it
slander?
is.
Like,
look at this. That is
calls for a second Holocaust. That is, like, get the lawsuits ready, dude. Like, that's ridiculous.
100%. Like and that's another thing that's come out of this.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people are encouraging Bella, Gigi, and Dua to
because Hamas calls for a second Holocaust.
But look at their names at the top.
Oh yeah, so Bella, Gigi, Dua, and Hamas call for a second Holocaust. Condemn them.
Yeah, condemn them now. And then the little side, the day of judgment.
Oh my God.
Will not come until.
Just the blatant, like. Oh God, what did it say, Daniel?
Oh my God. The day of judgment will not come about until Muslims fight Jews and kill them.
What?
What the hell? Then the Jews will hide behind rocks and trees, and the rocks and trees will cry out, "Oh Muslim, there's a Jew hiding behind me. Come and kill them." Oh, this is from Hamas.
Okay, but they're making it seem like, because they put pictures of them on this ad.
Yeah.
Like of the three girls, and they're making it seem like they're the ones that said it almost.
Oh, huge. This is somebody that tweeted that was like, they should definitely be taking legal action. Like, imagine that this happened like to you, for example, and someone or to both of us and put our pictures on the face of this. I would be furious. Yeah. Because all of them were speaking out. They were like pro-Palestine. Yeah. And now they're getting this huge backlash in the New York Times, which is a hugely read article publication. And again, it begs to question, like, how did this even happen? Like, how did they allow that ad to be printed in their paper? Yeah. Because it's slander.
Like who okayed this?
Exactly.
And because, like, you know, you're right. They're a huge publication. So you'd think that I mean, not even just putting aside the ethics. Yeah. You'd think that they would just be smart enough to not put this on because they know it's slander. They should know.
Yeah. But it kind of goes to question, like, and I don't know, again, I'm not sure, like, who owns like the New York Times and all that kind of stuff. But do you remember what we were talking about in the whole conflict is there's a lot of really influential, powerful people in the US that are for the Israel, like the
for sure.
Israelis.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are well connected, well funded, all this kind of stuff. As part of like this group just showed, they've paid, I bet you the ad in the New York Times is not cheap. For example,
for sure. A full page ad. Is that like in the newspaper?
Yeah. Well, I think that's
whatever it is.
I think a lot of them are just like digital publications now. I think I think they still maybe have a newspaper. I don't know. But it just shows you like
this is insane,
right?
It is insane. Like, I don't get like how you can even make this as an argument. You know?
Well, it is just crazy. Like, it's like. It goes against, and it like literally is so hypocritical because it's exactly what is going on right now against the Palestinians. Oh my God. What is, I don't know what's wrong with me
English,
today, guys.
Daniel, you can do it.
Oh God,
okay.
I
it's only your first language.
Second.
But it's actually really sad. And also, like, Bella Hadid and Gigi Hadid, I didn't know this, but their dad is actually Palestinian.
Oh, okay.
So their dad actually, so they're half Palestinian, which is another reason why they're very like passionate about this.
And they spoke out, yeah.
And so I was like kind of like creeping them a little bit because they were like very, you know, pro-Palestine, obviously. Yeah. And I guess what happened with their dad is that he, you know, was living in Palestine, or what was Palestine, and his parents, I guess, allowed, again, I have to check later, but like from what I read, his parents at the time allowed, you know, Jewish people, like, for example, a bunch of Jewish people came to Palestine after, you know, from Europe, right? Yeah. So they allowed some Jewish people to stay at their home. And I think that's the case for a lot of Palestinians. A lot of Palestinians opened up their doors to allow Jewish people to stay at home. And then a few years later, they get kicked out of their home. Yeah. So I think that's what happened to his parents. Oh, so then they became refugees. Yeah. And that's why they're like passionate about this, because it's like they like basically, you know, took advantage of people that took them in and were very kind to them. Yeah. And instead they just made them into refugees and basically just did a very similar thing that they were also victims of.
I know, it's so crazy.
Like it's crazy. And again, we're not saying this about all Jews, but like I saw this other guy that's that like talks about, you know, this whole issue on Instagram and stuff, and like one of the points that he made is just like he's just like, I'm so sick of constantly having to reassure everybody that I'm not anti-Semitic. Every single time we talk about this issue, it's almost like every single time we talk about racism in America, we have to constantly reassure people that we're not racist against white people. Why isn't that already a given? Like, it is very obvious that is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about being anti-Jewish. Once again, a lot of Jewish people themselves support this, you know, Free Palestine movement, because it's not about being Jewish. It's almost anti-Semitic to say that it is about being Jewish, because that's like clumping all Jewish people together as if they're like one thing, you know? Anyways, so that's an insane ad. I can't believe that was even allowed.
In the New York Times.
I know. It seems like something that would happen in like the 60s or something, you know?
Or it would be on like a really trashy paper.
Exactly. Like, it just seems crazy.
What's the really trashy one?
But even in a trashy paper, they wouldn't say like they're, you know, trying to start a second Holocaust. What? Insane.
Like, that is crazy.
It's crazy.
That should not be allowed.
That is like for sure lawsuits. Like, they would win. There's no way.
There's like I mean, that's slander, right? Like, that's like full on slander.
So when you make an ad, wouldn't they prepare the ad for you?
I'm not sure how it works.
Yeah.
Like I have no
Someone
idea.
has to okay the ad. Like, there's no way they're just going to put whatever.
Yeah, of course. They would have to be an approval process, because otherwise how would you check what's going into your paper?
Well, apparently nobody checked this one.
Well, or they did and they approved it.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That is insane.
That person's losing their job.
That is insane.
Yeah. It's actually
insane.
Crazy. It's crazy.
And the crazy thing is, like, some of this may have been acceptable or like accepted like a few years ago because like there was such propaganda against Palestinians and like, and everyone was like, you weren't allowed to criticize Palestine, or you weren't allowed to criticize Israel, apparently.
Yeah.
So I think a few years ago, this might have just been, you know, fine. Because, you know, people have been fired for, you know, talking about like pro-Palestinian things. And, but I think now like things are changing a little bit because people are more outraged. People are more aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
So, God damn, I guess we see what happened.
Well, I really do hope that they sue that. The whatever world, what did they call themselves? The
World Network?
Hang on, where did it say?
World Values Network.
Yeah, World Values
You ain't
Network.
got no values,
Apparently,
bitch.
yeah, you ain't got no value. You're doing slandering people's names in your ad and like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, like, just.
It's ridiculous.
It's just terrible. And again, New York Times, shame on you for putting that in there. If it's, again, it's not in line with the principles of your own, like, accept what is acceptable ads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So,
God damn.
The next story, guys, we're going to get a little bit dark.
Oh,
so,
shit.
I don't know if you heard about this one.
I don't know, Daniel.
Did you hear about the story about Lady Gaga?
No.
Oh, okay. So, guys, I'm going to give a little trigger warning.
Oh, we going to give... It must be serious.
Goddamn.
If we're going to give a trigger warning.
I just feel like maybe I should because it talks about very, like, you know...
Sensitive topics?
Sensitive topics,
okay.
Yeah. So
what sort of topics?
The R word.
Oh, goddamn. Okay. Major trigger warning.
Yeah, so a big trigger warning
the
here,
R
guys.
word. Okay.
Yeah. So...
Talk to me.
Apparently, so I guess there's been like a new... Is it like a new... Oprah's doing this thing where she's like interviewing people or something? But
yeah,
it's not...
Oprah doing a thing where she's interviewing people? Yes, completely new.
No.
Completely new thing that she's doing.
Okay, so sorry, no. Okay, what I meant to say is Oprah and I guess Prince Harry's involved in this. They're doing a new documentary series called The Me That You Can't See.
Oh, okay.
And I think they're, again, like looking at celebrities and talking to celebrities.
Okay.
Anyway, so
cool.
Lady Gaga was in one of the episodes, and apparently she opened up about she had a psychotic break, and there was a lot of things that like led up to it. Okay. Including past traumas. So basically, this on the show, I don't know how much of this I should like.
Well, you can say that first sentence. I think it's fine.
Yeah. On the show, the singer spoke candidly about being assaulted at 19 by a producer she was working with at the time. She declined to say who the person was, as she never wants to see that person again. I was 19 years old and I was working in the business, and a producer said to me, "Take your clothes off." And I said no. And I left, and they told me they were going to burn all of my music. Becoming visibly emotional, she continues, they didn't stop. They didn't stop asking me, and I just froze, and I don't even remember. Oh. The memories of those painful events, which she says changed who I was completely, were re-triggered years later when Gaga began having like chronic pain. And the psychiatrist told her she was suffering from PTSD from the event that happened. But there's more to it. Hang on. I want to find the part where she said, oh yeah, here we go. I realized it was the pain that I felt when that person who R-worded her dropped me off pregnant on a corner at my parents' house because I was vomiting and sick, because I was being abused. I was locked away in a studio for months.
What? That's insane. So she was pregnant?
With that person's
child.
Yeah.
And I assume she had either a miscarriage or an abortion?
Yep. And
then what?
So it's pretty crazy.
This is insane.
Yeah.
That is so sad. Oh. Wow. Wait, so was I guess he was like abusing her for like a extended time.
Yeah, like I think what happened is, and I think this, I don't know if this is like pretty common, but I know like sometimes when singers go to record albums, sometimes they like lock themselves away at the studio. Do you know what I mean? To like get the creative headspace and stuff. But it sounds like she was like locked away in this studio for months to record, but also was taken advantage of.
Oh my God.
For that whole time.
That is disturbing.
And she was 19.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
It's really, really sad. I mean, all the power to Gaga for being able to, like Lady Gaga for being able to open up about that, because that can't be easy.
I wish you could like press charges.
I know. It doesn't sound like she wants to.
That's crazy. Why not?
I don't know. I think,
because it probably opens up the memories, but also like this guy needs to be like he needs to pay for what he did.
Exactly. Because I think with victims of this kind of these kind of incidences, it's like a double-edged sword in a sense that like you want to, in some ways, you want to put that past you. You don't want to see that person again. You don't want to relive that again.
Yeah. And
you're like, I've had so much trauma and whatever else. And then on the other side of the sword, you're thinking, well, like I don't want this to happen to other girls.
Exactly.
But do I want to relive it myself?
Right.
By having to go and you know, I've heard of, or I've, you know, that sometimes what can happen in the courtroom can get really, really ugly. You know, when these things are, you know, brought to court, and quite often they're like really, even with the victims, they're not like very courteous and stuff, and they'll dig into your past and they'll do all kinds of horrible things, just to make you look less credible to the jury, right? And I think that's why a lot of people don't want to go through that experience. You know,
I mean, it's understandable for sure.
Yeah,
but man, like that's like. Because, like, how many other people did he do this to?
Who knows?
That's insane.
It's weird because I feel, well, not weird. The Hollywood and music industry seems to be plagued with this.
Oh, yeah,
like, there seems to be so much stuff going on in that industry. And, like, it kind of, like, it shocks me, but it also
just
doesn't.
Entertainment industry in general. I feel like because people are so fame hungry and they want to be famous and successful, and a lot of these people like are willing to do a lot of things. So there are powerful people that are going to try to take advantage of that.
Of course.
And often they just get away with it.
Yeah. Well, exactly. It's that whole idea like, oh, you know, sleep with me and I'll make you famous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And like that's like a real thing that happens.
Exactly. Like if you're a record producer or like something like that, like, you know, not saying that all record producers do that, but it does seem like there's like in this particular industry, there seems to be like a heightened level of this. Like this seems to come out so many stories of like really famous people that have gone through this, these experiences, which is horrible. Like it's horrible to think that that industry, even though it's like painted as this like Hollywood, you know, like flashing lights, it has such a seedy underbelly.
I know. So like, but that's another thing. It's like, so if she said no, then like she would have like burnt all her music, and then what?
Exactly. So then she wouldn't.
So is she famous because this guy let this happen? Like who knows? Like this is insane. You know.
That's the disgusting thing with this whole story.
Right. That's the thing. Because if she said no, there's a chance that he could have just completely, you know, jeopardized her entire potential career.
And I don't. Obviously I'm looking at this from a different angle, but
of like, an angle of a non-R word person.
Exactly. But I also like, I would never want to have sex with somebody
that doesn't want to
have sex with me. Like, what?
But again, we don't understand the mindset.
Exactly. Cause I'm like, well, you know, like
I would like to be desired.
Exactly.
Thank you.
In my mindset,
that's kind of a good point.
Yeah. If you're not desiring me and you don't actually want to sleep with me, why do I want to sleep with you? Like I want to be desired. I want someone to be like, yeah, that's my boyfriend. I want to, you know, I want to do things to you in your bedroom.
Yeah, but it's like a weird power. It's not really even about, I think, the actual act itself, but I think it's more so just like, the power thing. You know, they feel like they have the full on control over this person.
There's other things in the bedroom that you can achieve these kind of goals.
You BDSM?
Yeah.
God damn.
No, but like, it's not even, it's just like, even in my mind, if I did end up sleeping with somebody that didn't want to sleep with me, the whole time I'm sleeping with them, I'm like, they don't want to be here.
I know, Daniel, but again, we're not R word people.
That's true. That's very true. Exactly.
So we can't get our mind around this concept, which I completely agree. Yeah. I just think it's like so.
The whole concept of it.
Yeah.
But I guess it's like many things. It's like also people that go and like pick up prostitutes, for example, and you're paying to sleep with them.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
but at least you get the illusion that they want to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Because it's part of their, gig.
Job.
Right.
Yeah.
So at least that's a bit of more of a transactional experience.
That's true.
Whereas like this is literally just you're just forcing somebody to do something that they don't want to do.
Exactly.
It's so disturbing. Like
very disturbing.
God damn. It's crazy.
The things that go on in the closed doors,
honestly,
in the entertainment industry,
it's insane.
It sounds horrible.
I know, right?
And it's funny because like, remember, like, I don't know about you, but like when I was a kid, I wanted to be like, an actor, famous, this kind of stuff.
Yes, I wanted to be famous.
And the older I get, the more I'm just like, I do not even want to go near this industry at all.
It's crazy.
Like,
it's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, just the shit people have to deal with.
Exactly.
I remember like a few years ago, there was a Korean like actress, I think, who like committed suicide, and as part of her like suicide note, she was talking about how like her story of her life in the industry, and basically all the men that she had to like, I don't know if she actually ended up having to sleep with any of them, but there was definitely some like sexual abuse going on, like some kind of shit like this, where she was like forced to like perform in front of like just like, you know, nasty shit, right? Old men just taking full advantage of these young girls that want to be famous. And just being so inappropriate. And like, I guess it happens all the time, probably in all countries. Like, it's crazy.
It is insane. And it's just like, you know, the people that are doing that, like, shame on you.
Oh my God, seriously. It's so messed up. And who knows who's lurking in the shadows, you know? Like, think about all the people that came out, you know, like in the last few years, like Harvey Weinstein, who was very well known in the movie industry.
Huge.
Didn't he do like Good Will Hunting or something?
I don't actually
Anyways,
know.
he's very famous.
Yeah.
I didn't really know him, but then when I was watching some movies, I was like, oh my God, that's his movie.
Yeah.
And then there's the Jeffrey Epstein. There's the Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest
one.
So
many. And it's like, these are only the ones that we know of.
Exactly. So we don't know who else is doing this kind of shit.
Exactly. There's just...
And who knows, maybe this music producer's like fucking famous.
Exactly.
So sad.
Oh God.
So stay away from the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Maybe, you know what though? I think maybe even just her like talking about it and being open and candid now, like talking her story, it might encourage other like people
to come out
and come forward and be like, and people that are close to Lady Gaga will know who it is, because they'll be like, oh, they'll know which producers she worked with.
Right. For that time period.
Exactly. So, you know.
God damn. I do feel like, so this is one thing that I kind of like about internet and people making like their own content, because it kind of gets rid of that power dynamic.
True.
Because I think one of the really toxic things about entertainment industry, like, you know, the traditional entertainment industry, is that you have to go through so many like hoops and like so many different layers of bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And like people like literally have control over who gets published and who doesn't, who gets an album and who doesn't. Whereas now it's like, if you want to like, I don't know, like showcase your talent, you could just post, you know, independent music.
That's true.
You know?
I think that's definitely like a positive, but I think you're right. It still exists in many a way, in a sense that, like, you know, directors, for example, I'm not sure if it's like directors and producers. I don't know who makes the final call, but you know, they are in such a position of power. Yeah. Because like, for example, like an actor's whole career is based on like what movies they get cast in, right?
Exactly.
And who controls that? Certain people, certain high number. Like,
that's true. If you're an actor, it would still be.
Well, and even for singers, if you want to get a record deal and stuff, you have to go with a record, like a producer or like a record label, whatever it is. Yeah. I think it's changed a little bit. It's starting to shift a bit more because of like social media and people being able to like, you know, be able to get famous. If they're an amazing singer, they could become really famous on YouTube or something and then get a record deal. And then
you already have a bit of power because you already know you're going to sell.
And you're going to be like, well, I have, you know, X number of followers or whatever else. So I think that's definitely a positive, but I definitely think it still goes on.
Oh God.
To some degree.
So sad.
I know. It's just really sad to hear about this. Like so many people coming forward and just like talking about these horrible things that have happened to them. Yeah.
Well, I wish her the best. It's like, that's really depressing. Yeah. Hopefully she gets help.
It's really sad.
Yeah.
So
anyways, any happier news? Is that the end?
I think it's the end. No.
Oh, I got happy news. The Friends
oh, yes.
Friends reunion episode. Is it an episode or a show?
I think it's like a
mini-series?
Mini-series? No, but it's only one episode, isn't it?
I don't know. I just saw I need to rewatch the trailer because I think I saw it when I was like half asleep. Yeah. But oh my God, I'm so excited. So I was concerned because I heard about this reunion, and honestly, I didn't want a reunion because I thought they were going to like film, like they were going to act in it. I thought they were going to do like a continuation of, you know, oh, like it's been 20 years. Now what are they up to? And I thought, you know what, that's just going to ruin it because it's been so long. Yeah. And it's like a lot of them like don't even really act anymore. And it just would be so unnatural. And there's such high expectations.
Of course.
And it's just like, I don't want to ruin the, you know, perfect way that Friends ended. I feel like it just ended perfectly. And so I was concerned about that. But it turns out that's not what they're doing, which is perfect. So now they're just going to go in, and I guess they recreated the studio, the Friends studio. And now they're going to go in and like, you know, reminisce and talk about, you know,
play games, and they're gonna do some scripts. What is it called? Like script reading?
Line reading? Like
what's it called?
Table read.
Table read. That's right. Yeah, they're gonna do some table reading of like some episodes and stuff, which I think will be so fun. And then also just like joking about stuff. Like you saw in a clip, like a trailer. Yeah. They would like say little things like Joey was like, to Courtney Cox, he's like, oh, do you still have your lines written on the table? Because apparently she used to sometimes write her lines
on
the table and stuff. So like little things like that. That's
I'm
like
so
kind of
excited.
fun. You know?
Oh my God, but they're so old now. It's so sad.
Yeah. But I mean, we talked about this the other day. We're like, this show literally it ended like
20 years ago.
Almost 20 years ago. Because it didn't end in
I think it ended over 20 years ago.
Was it 2003 it ended?
I think it was, Google it, Daniel. I think it was 2001. My guess is 2001 or 2000.
Goddamn, Rose.
Goddamn, I should know these.
You should,
I go lose Friends Trivia.
I'm clearly not taking you with me to Friends Trivia.
Hey, I did go to Friends Trivia one time, and I think we got like second or third place.
So it started in 1994.
Mm-hmm.
Ended. Final episode date was May 6, 2004.
Oh, you was closer.
Damn, I'm gonna win the trivia, and
I
barely even watch Friends.
Oh my God! So it hasn't been 20 years. I thought it's been over 20 years.
Well, it's close though.
Yeah,
like
since it ended.
Yeah, since it ended. Since it began, 94.
Yeah,
that's like a long time.
Yeah, almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah,
damn,
so it is crazy though, because like the show, we were talking about this the other day, but the show just seems, it doesn't seem like it's that old, you know? Mm-hmm. Like there's certain shows that I watch and I'm like, this looks really old. Like for example, I feel like, when did Seinfeld come out?
Seinfeld was old. Seinfeld
is it older than Friends?
So remember, Friends came out in 94,
uh-huh.
September, and let's see, Seinfeld. Oh yeah, Seinfeld came out July 5th, 1989.
But when did it end?
Oh, it doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
9 seasons, so it would be 9 years. So it would have ended
1999. 98.
97.
Wait, when did it come out?
89.
89.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, 1998. So it ended in 98. So
okay, so there was like a little bit of overlap, but like when I guess yes, it is a lot older than Friends, but every time I watch like Seinfeld, I'm like, this looks so old.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like it's like 40 years old. Mm-hmm. Whereas like Friends, like it still seems, you know, like it could have come out today.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, some of the jokes are a little bit outdated. And of course, like, you know, they don't have cell phones and shit like this. Yeah. But then like it still seems like, I feel like it's popular, like you said, like your cousins in the UK that are much younger than us.
They've started rewatching it.
Exactly.
Yeah. When it was on Netflix.
Exactly. Oh God, I'm so sad it's not on Netflix anymore. But yeah, for them to rewatch it and like enjoy it, like it's obviously, it's almost like timeless. I'm sure it, you know, eventually it'll, you know.
You know, this is one thing that's kind of sad.
What's sad, Daniel?
Like I was thinking about this the other day, and you know, like all of our like movies and things that we really, really love, like, because think about like our parents' movies that they loved.
Sure.
And then when we watch them, we're like, oh my God, these are so old. Like these are so old and dated and whatever else. Like that's going to be our stuff soon.
Well, some of them are classics, Daniel.
I know, but even sometimes when you watch, like if you watch a movie from like the 70s, like I still enjoy them. Don't get me wrong. Like
yeah, they're old movies for sure.
But then they're like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
What about The Godfather?
I haven't seen it.
Daniel, this is not acceptable. The Godfather is a classic. Okay, one day we're gonna have a Godfather marathon. We can skip the third one because it was shit.
Okay.
We can do first and second.
I'm surprised you've seen The Godfather.
Daniel, why are you surprised?
I don't know. It doesn't
I've
seem
seen
like
it multiple times.
Doesn't seem like your type of film.
It's so good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think is it Michelle Pfeiffer's in it, right?
Who's Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh God, who's Michelle Pfeiffer?
This coming from the guy that hasn't seen The Godfather. Oh, wait. Who does is she in it?
I think so. Or she's in Scarface. I can't remember which one.
I feel like she's... Hold on, let's see. Maybe she is.
Oh, no, she was in Scarface. Never mind.
God damn, Daniel. Don't be mixing up Scarface and Godfather.
God damn. Okay, fine.
Anyways, yeah, we need to watch Godfather.
Okay, well, we can add it to the ginormous list of movies I still need to watch.
Of movies that you haven't seen that you need to watch.
I'm sure there's loads that I've seen that you haven't watched, but like...
I mean, it's more so usually I'm the one that's like, what about this movie? You're like, I haven't seen it.
But I'm sure there's some that I've watched, probably many, that are fantastic films that you haven't watched.
Yeah, well, I mean, I watched most of the classics.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Oh, God damn it. I need to get on that. Maybe that's my new task for this week, is to start watching some classic films.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite movie, Daniel?
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite movie.
You do have a favorite movie?
I have some ones that I really... Well, no, we talked about this before. Like, I have some that are my top ones, but again, it depends on what mood I'm in.
For
one
sure.
of them I really like is like Shawshank Redemption. Like, that's such a good film.
Yes.
The Help I really love.
Yeah.
You know, there's like classics.
Oh, I know you haven't seen the classics. Daniel, if you haven't seen The Godfather, you haven't seen the classics.
Anyway, guys.
That brings us to the end.
Yes.
Let us know down below. What are your favorite movies? Have you seen The Godfather? What do you think of it? I will make Daniel watch it.
I will watch it, guys.
It's a pretty long movie, though. It's gonna take an entire afternoon to watch Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. But anyways, as always, guys, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to check out our Patreon. Link is down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe so you can listen to all of our Patreon exclusives. And of course, get each episode a week earlier, ad free, all of that fantastic goodness. And what else should they do, Daniel?
So don't forget to follow us on whatever podcast platform you are using. As well, if you do watch the episodes on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, smash the likes. It helps in the YouTube algorithm.
Good job, Daniel.
God dang. And also check out our Instagram if you're not following us already at the SaVeg Podcast.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, guys.
We'll talk to you guys
next week.
Have a great week.
Bye.